pickles, pre-workout pickles. That should be a pickle pump.
Hopefully the pickles will help during his peak week to turn pro, possibly, perhaps. Coach Greg, and today an update on Anthony Mantello. Anthony Mantello is a future IFBB pro. He's currently 4 days out from a pro qualifier. In 4 days, I predict he will have his IFBB pro card and be the youngest male IFBB pro ever. Of all time, this kid is a freak. 8 months ago, I did a video where he gained 25 pounds 3 days after a competition. And no, it wasn't 25 pounds of muscle. The kid ate, and then after he was done eating, he ate, and then he ate again, and then he kept eating for 3 days straight, and that's the result, okay? He did it all wrong post-show. Can't blame him, he's a 17-year-old kid. He has freaky genetics, yes, but not even a freaky genetic kid can eat that much food and not gain all that weight. So in this video, he's 4 days out. That means he's in peak week. I can't wait to watch this video, find out what he's eating. I'm going to comment, how is he training, how's it going, and is he in fact going to win? Is he on point, and does he know what he's doing? Is everything going according to plan? So let's watch the video and find out.
I think my water intake's at like 2.5 gallons right now, so we got that. This morning I weighed in at 170, so that's pretty cool.
He seems to be in good spirit, and he can't wait for this competition. Now remember, this guy's been dieting for months. You don't get into this kind of condition overnight. It takes months and months of dieting and years of training to develop a physique like this, and then to dial it down through a diet, and then peak week to suck the water out so that you can stand on stage shredded, displaying the muscle that's underneath. Okay, so his waist is tiny, his abs are exceptional, obliques, abs look great, his back's awesome, very wide V shape, small waist, wide shoulders, good conditioning. Looks great for 4 days out, just needs to dry out a little bit at this point. Perfect posing, looks fantastic.
I'm pretty stoked with how he looks. He's just gotta now go through peak week.
So I would hope, imagine looking like this at 18. Imagine looking like this at any age, let alone 18. This is freaking remarkable. Are you kidding me?
So right now I'm just going for this walk. Just trying to wake up because today's my last cardio session, so that's super exciting.
Imagine this kid's been doing cardio every day, and he's been doing so in a calorie deficit. It's not an easy thing. So yeah, he's about sick of doing cardio, but only because it's a tremendous amount of suffering and dedication to get a physique like this. You can't just take PEDs and wake up looking like this. No, y'all think, oh, it's just the PEDs, he's not natural, blah, blah. Yeah, shut up. Do you know how hard it is to look like this? I don't care what he is or isn't taking. It's incredibly difficult to look like this. You have to be willing to suffer and put in the work day in and day out.
In a couple videos ago, I said I was super stressed out. We are much better now. Decided to live more presently instead of worrying about things in the future, so we're all good.
There's ups and downs. It's a roller coaster ride when you're prepping for a show. Some days you feel amazing and you look amazing, and some days you feel like you look like garbage. It's also a mind game. It's really, really challenging, and until you've done it, you're not going to be able to relate or understand. If you haven't done a show, watch this and you'll understand what it's like, and if you have, I'm sure you can also relate.
On top of that, also sleeping wise, I started taking melatonin, fix it right up, which was great. So yeah, sleeping's much better.
It just goes to show how good his genetics are. I can't sleep. You think melatonin would get me to sleep 4 days out? Lucky I can sleep with melatonin 40 days out or even in the off season. So what it tells me is his level of suffering isn't that bad. He's doing things the right way, okay? He has plenty of energy. You can see he's going for a walk. He's talking. He doesn't look completely drained. He's doing pretty freaking good, I must say.
Training wise, we have obviously during peak week, you don't want to actually tear down the muscle. It just sort of deplete the glycogen, get a pump. So training's been quite fun, you could say.
And the training during peak week has been quite fun. Because look, you're not training all out at this point. Just like if I was coaching, in which I'm not, you don't train all out the last week before a show. It's too difficult at this point. You're just trying to peak your physique. You're kind of going through the motions, getting a pump, and feeling good in the gym, which is almost impossible to do because you're hardly eating anymore. Okay, so meal one is 1/3 of a cucumber and almost a pound of egg whites. That's actually pretty freaking standard. I've done tons of peak weeks in my day. Cucumber is a staple. I almost have cucumber on every single peak week I've ever done. He's cutting down on his carbs to lower his glycogen stores. He's keeping his protein intake high because he doesn't want to lose muscle and he does need some of the calories. But what he's trying to do is shrink the muscle of all glycogen stores to really pull the water out. Top of that, he's got 10 liters of water a day. Very boring. It can't be all French toast. No, you can eat French toast the entire diet prep, but there comes a point where it's peak week, and now it's time to peak. And now all the delicious foods you always enjoy, you gotta do without it for a few days. But guess what? Show's gonna come up and you're gonna be able to eat lots of fun food for that to carb up, and then when the show's over, back to eating your healthy French toast. Hopefully Anthony Mantello doesn't do what he did the last time, which was 25 pounds of gained weight in 3 days from eating anything and everything. I would say he's learned from his mistakes and he's gonna do the smart thing and eat within reason. So he's got lots of condiments, amazing. Salt and pepper. It's like the good old days when Coach Greg was Anthony's age and used to compete. Salt and pepper, that's what we had. We didn't have all the friggin' Walden Farms and the special syrups. You ate boring ass food and it sucked. I dieted like a typical bodybuilder for years. I could only do it myself for so many years before I changed everything and changed the way I eat. And now hundreds of thousands of people eat like Coach Greg. Because it's so much easier. It's easier and it works just as well. But guess what? Peak week? Nope, you have to suffer and suffer tremendously. This is a boring meal, but he's got to do it. And good for him.
Surprisingly, this is very filling. I had this yesterday. Is these egg whites, there's so many.
Funny though, it is quite filling. It's low calorie dense foods. Egg whites, lots of protein. It's not calorie dense. Cucumbers, vegetable, low calorie dense foods. It's not nuts. If this same amount of calories were nuts, you'd have a little handful. It wouldn't be full, so this is keeping him full with 3 days left to diet.
I'm not that excited, but it's the final day, so might as well just suck it up, right? The taste isn't bad, it's just boring.
And the taste isn't bad. He says that because he's been dieting for several months. When you are dieting for several months and your body fat is super low, sub 7%, you will enjoy everything. Everything tastes good. When I was a teenager, I pretty much ate worse than everybody in the world. I know you don't believe it. All I used to eat was like donuts and French fries, and to me a healthy food was a muffin, which we know is basically cake. Nothing I ate was healthy. Nothing, I'm not kidding. I would deep fry chicken nuggets, and then I would put them in the fridge, and guess how I heat it up? I re-deep fried the deep fried chicken nuggets. Imagine, that's how Coach Greg ate. French fries in the oven, why would I do that when I could deep fry them in oil? That's how I ate. You don't believe me, but it's freaking true. But I burned off those calories. I was the most active kid you'd ever have found in your life. So I was lucky and got away with it. I don't suggest you ever eat like me. You need to eat healthy.
Water-wise, I gotta drink a lot of water. These are liters. Basically, I drink 2.5 gallons, as I already mentioned before. So, yeah, a lot of water, very little food, depleting glycogen, stuff like that. Peak week sort of stuff.
Drinking the water is the hardest part of peak week. I know it doesn't make sense. You're thinking, no, it's not eating hamburgers. You don't care about hamburgers at this point. You care about having to pee every 20 freaking minutes and waking up 10 times during the night to go to the bathroom. It is hard. You're like, I just don't want to drink any more water already. Eating cucumbers, cucumbers are delicious at this point.
And unfortunately, I don't know if I mentioned this yet in a video, but no audience is allowed. So parents, close family members, maybe filmers, like, can't go.
The situation with the Cove where the audience can't be full to stand there and cheer for you, that is so difficult. I feel so bad for you because you work so hard. You work so hard to get in shape, to display the physique that you dreamed of. And you want a crowd to stand there and cheer for you and respect the work that you put into it. And to stand there without that crowd cheering you on, that takes away a lot of it. So I really feel bad for him, but hopefully someone's able to videotape this so that they can watch it later. Because you don't want to lose these moments. You want to take all the pictures, videotape everything, backstage, on stage, all of it. Because you're going to want to look back when you're older and say, hey, I did that. I was me. And be proud of what you've done. And meal 2, lots of variety, a third of a cucumber, and this time some chicken with pepper and salt. That's just how it works. Exactly the kind of meals that I would be giving, except I'd be giving him more cucumbers. So his coach knows what he's doing because it's similar to what I'm doing. Not saying I'm the only one that knows how to coach people, but I agree with how he's doing this process. He's lowering his glycogen stores, he's drinking lots of water, he's doing everything right, so props to the coach.
Water-wise, I have to finish this gallon and one more. Now I'm done for today, but still a lot to go.
I'd rather freaking do 2 hours of cardio than have to drink 2 gallons of water. I'm not kidding. 2 gallons of water. It's a lot of freaking water. This is not a monster of a man. 2 gallons. Plus he's already drank water. It's a lot of freaking water.
I am beyond exhausted. I went to go clean my car, cut the grass, which I have a little push mower, so it means I have to like walk and do it during peak week, so I'm very tired.
And meal 3 is beyond exhausted, totally relate. He had to mow the lawn. Trust me, when you're in peak week, standing up to go to the bathroom's a chore. Flicking the flicker to change the channel to TV, that's a chore. Everything's a chore. Saying the word chore is a chore. So it's his last third of a cucumber and 7 ounces of beef. All perfectly good choices again. Just remember, he's carb depleting here, lowering his glycogen stores. So meal 4, pre-workout meal. And you can tell this dude's freaking excited. And guess what? Is it a cheeseburger? Is it a cheat meal? French fries? It's 90 grams of cream of wheat. And that puts a smile on his face. Most of you right now, if I said, hey, guess what? You're gonna have an amazing meal. And you're like, oh, I can't wait for this. It's 90 grams of cream of wheat. You're like, what? I'm diet, that's diet food. For him, that's a treat. That's what dieting's like. Any kind of carb becomes a treat. He's in peak week, so he's eating a little bit of carbs to fuel the workout. Because if he goes to the gym on no carbs at all, he probably won't even be able to get through it. He just won't be able to do it. It won't function.
These carbs should definitely help. It's the first carbs I'm eating today.
Well, technically, there are carbs in cucumbers, but not a lot, and he only ate 1 cucumber and all. There's only like 100 calories and just over a pound of cucumbers, so it's not much. He might have had 20 grams of carbs in total. He would have burnt that off mowing the lawn, so this dude is carb depleted.
Oh, wait, one more thing.
And also gets a pre-workout pickle pizza.
We also get pickles, pre-workout pickles. That should be a pickle pump.
No, I'm sorry, it's a pre-workout pickles. I know Allie would have been thinking, oh, pickle pizza, you eat that before the gym. No, Allie, it's pre-workout pickles. Just pickles, that's it. Couple calories, but what she's getting there is the sodium. Sodium is gonna help him get a better pump, make him feel better. So he's gonna get a pickle pump from eating pickle pizzas. Maybe next time when me and Allie have a pickle pizza, we'll have a pickle and pizza pineapple pump. A pickle pizza pineapple pizza. A pickle pizza pineapple pepperoni pizza. A pickle and pineapple pepperoni pizza. Think of us a pre-workout pump. Perhaps. Please. Possibly. Pencil me in for one. Hopefully the pickles will help during his peak week to turn pro. Possibly. Perhaps.
I'm gonna let this cool down, this way I can fully enjoy and embrace this cream of rice. This is gonna be my favorite meal after the show, I swear.
Nope, Anthony, it is not. You're a young guy, you don't know this stuff yet. Your favorite meal after the show is not gonna be cream of wheat, it's not gonna be pickles, no matter how much I like saying that word. It's gonna be every freaking thing that you can eat that you haven't been eating dieting. Unless you freaking follow the food in my cookbook, then maybe they'll be your favorite meal. French toast, protein pancakes, wrapped protein ice cream. Maybe that would be your favorite meals. Not cream of wheat. Let's be honest, you gained 25 pounds after your last show. I'll be happy if you only gain 15 pounds after this show. Do your best to not go crazy and to eat good foods. But you're not going to be able to just eat cream of wheat after this show. Too many temptations. I tell people, you got to be realistic. You can't realistically expect that your favorite meal post-show is going to be cream of wheat. If it is, fantastic. But I'm trying to set realistic goals for you. And check out the back development on this kid. It's incredible. His back arguably is his best body part. He's got the great shape, the great V, the small weight, incredible abs. He's doing his back workout. He's only got 2 workouts left until the show, okay? It's almost done. He's in the home stretch. These workouts are just for fun. They make you feel good, you get a pump. Then you can pose after and see what you look like.
But yeah, I feel great for 2 more workouts to go. 2 workouts, that's it. I have a shoulder and arm day, then a full body.
And he's counting down the workouts at this point, and that's what you do, trust me. You're counting down how many 10s you have left, how many meals you have left, how many liters of water you have left. Everything's a countdown. You're waiting to do this show. It's the final countdown. Do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do. You guys know that song. He probably doesn't because he's only 18. So post-workout meal, 100 grams of rice, some fish, and a couple of slivers of asparagus. This is the chicken and broccoli and rice type diet. Y'all seen it. It's still going to hold true to this point. He's got a tiny amount of carbs just to hold him over from having done that workout, okay? It's going to burn it all off by the morning anyway. It's not a big deal. Very, very low carb diet at this point. Not quite keto for him, but it's close. If I were his coach, I probably wouldn't have gave him the rice at the post-workout meal and gave him the cucumbers because he seems to enjoy it so much. I'd have said, eat the whole freaking cucumber and have your fun with it. Well, not in that way. You know what I mean. And the last meal of the day is fish and asparagus. And it looks so delicious and appetizing.
And I'm being sarcastic.
And he's seeing daily changes in his physique during peak week. Abso-freaking-lutely. So many people think you need to be ready a week out, 2 weeks out. No, you need to look amazing a week out, 2 weeks out. But what you look like a week out, not even comparable to how amazing you're going to look on stage. Some people go, oh, you need to look amazing, then you just keep it going. No, if your coach knows what he's doing, he takes you from looking amazing a week out to ultra amazing at showtime. You're never at your peak a week out. You're not peaking till peak day. You're not peaking till show day. It's peak week for a reason. It's not hold your condition for a week. Why the heck would you do that? If you look exactly the same after a week of peak week, what's the point of peak week? You should have just died a week less and showed up the week before. Peak week is to peak your physique. Normally the changes you notice in 1 week of peak week are 2 or 3 weeks of what you would normally have looked like if you kept dieting. It's that good. If you don't believe me, too bad you got the wrong coach, you do. And if you look worse on show day than a week before, then your coach is just that shitty or you didn't listen to them. Looking for a coach, you know who you can get. I'm not cheap, but at least you know you're going to get quality information and quality results. And you spent 4 months dieting for this? You worked your whole life for this moment? You want to waste it on the wrong peak week? It's your choice.
I'm very excited. It's 11:50 p.m. at night right now, which means in 10 minutes I'll be 3 days out.
So he's literally counting it down to this point. He's 10 minutes from 3 days out. It's like a kid waiting for Santa Claus on Christmas morning.
Tomorrow, I'm getting another massage.
When you get a massage, things are getting rubbed and moved around, and you can get some swelling, some water retention. It's not worth the risk. If you're not opened up by this point, you're not going to be opened up. And what do you mean you can't open up your lats? You're 18 years old. What have you been doing? If you can't open up your lats properly at this point, you should have been proactive and done it in the past, okay? You need to have done it long ago. 3 days out, not the time to get a massage and try to open up the lats. So that's one flaw, one potential concern I have. Not that big a deal. I'm sure I'll get through it, but it's a small concern. I would never get a massage 3 days out from the show.
And I just have 2 more workouts. That's really it. I'm just going to eat this meal and just try to get some sleep. My sleep's been better now, which is good.
Remember, sleep is a very often overlooked variable in your training and recovery. Something pre-bed to help me sleep trumps a pre-workout anytime. Sleep is more important than a pre-workout. Can't wait to find out if this guy turns pro or not. Regardless if he does or doesn't, he's done a great job. If he doesn't get it now, get it next time. GregDoucette.com for coaching. Greg Doucette, IFBB Pro. Watch one of these 2 videos, and until next time, I am out. 1/3 of a... So meal 1 is 1/3 of a... Okay, so meal 1 is 1/3 of a...